buddies.
They eventually, I think they settled on the name Snackers before they both lost interest and stopped the podcast.
Welcome once again to Akunsaunt Ebbed, episode 32. We rejoined the party on the 27th of Pretium, following them receiving a very large shipment of alcohol.
Makes it sound like a bad thing.
Yeah, I know. What will happen next?
Oh my god, I have so many notes.
Well, that's good. We're only holding on to 1 in every 3 frames for Twitch, so it's great. What?
I'm just talking about the craft. The dungeon craft. With over 1,000 maps.
Ooh, tell me more.
Does it have a nice car?
Nice. It's hydrostatic.
Somebody has a nice new car. Well, I
Not
mean,
new.
11 years old, new.
Yeah.
New to you.
Yep. Something that will actually
Ew.
drive.
Sock puppet, you look creepy. Don't do the moving of your face. What's your hair made out of?
What's your hair made out of?
Twine.
Fuck nasty about you.
That's some
Seems like
dirty twine.
a fair.
Dirty twine.
Oh Lord.
The only kind of twine they allow in the adult-only section.
I'm already leaving. Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh, sleepy baby Yoda's cute. What
No.
is baby? Oh, this show is The Mandalorian, huh?
Yes, the show's The Mandalorian. If you buy a Disney Plus subscription, you can wait like 7 days repeatedly and watch it just like regular television.
No thanks.
It's not like regular television. The Mandalorian is not on regular television.
You're right. Because regular television is better than The Mandalorian.
Hey, I don't think we celebrated, but yesterday was Taylor Swift's 30th birthday, so shout out.
Oh
to
my!
Oh, that
Nice.
sucks. That means she's no longer relevant in the media.
Happy birthday, TS. I still love you.
That is basically the equivalent of being dead in pop star years. I mean, that's when Timberlake had to start doing techno-esque stuff. And SNL skits.
I think
And
Kylie
marrying
Ray
Jessica
is,
Biel.
in her 30s.
And probably gay porn.
Alright, so, who remembers the rest of what happened last week? Well, week before last.
We were supposed to deliver a cargo for some ex-Imperials, and
No, this is not The Mandalorian.
Meg bought a +1 scythe for Galfine and chipped in to get her a nicer one. Got a Merc Maximilian Audemars Rurik to help bring her home. She impressed him with her comedy, and he offered to help her get better deals on purchases in the future. We go to the cantina. I do an awesome Piccolo performance, and I fascinate some of the crowd. Zug shows off his mid-level cheese sampler. Meg does a good comedy performance. Meg and I go sleep in our own rooms, and everyone else goes to the winery. Zug overthinks in his sleep. In his dreams, he doesn't regain any spells, and he is fatigued. I go for a walk in nature the next day. Harcourt buys handcuffs. No surprise there. Zug seeks help from Meg since he is sweating blood, and she suggests he finds a hotel. On the 27th, we'll get the liquor delivered, and Harcourt has to pretend to be a Vinny since we're having it delivered at Vinny's house. They try and rip us off, but our Tetris accountant confirms that we already paid. They screwed everything up, but we made it work. Zug connects us to people who help us move. Meg is trying to match up Galfine with one of the movers.
Yeah.
I had a good conversation about assumptions and stereotypes and why they're problematic with one of the movers. Go Pax. We're scheduled to open the winery on the 13th. Miriam will help us get human girls. We have alcohol. We do some research to determine what type of girls would be most popular. Women, moderately attractive, not too pricey, as well as some other races. We have to recruit the other races ourselves and go look in unaligned territory. Gelfine and Meg agreed to do the hiring for the front of the house. Zug and Harcourt will help find the female candidates and Pack will help the male. Harcourt stole a note from the delivery guys, and Meg realized it has a name written abyssal. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, you may want to mute it, Charles.
Yeah. Sorry.
Translate
No problem.
lava something. Ronwin helps us to understand the name and its meaning, but have to investigate further. And today we need to get a better contact in the liquor company.
Yeah,
What is
and we had skipped forward. We had skipped forward a bunch of weeks, right?
That was the decision that I was leaving to you guys. So you guys are going to be doing your researching stuff. So it's a matter of if you wanted to skip ahead. We don't necessarily have to try to roleplay through trying to recruit people. That can easily be like rolled up into a series of skill checks to identify where the progress ends up. And we can get to roughly the time at which you're closing in on the brothel opening.
You gotta make sure I would have performances in there where I'm supposed to.
Yes. But as it stands right now, it is the 27th, and the brothel is slated to be opened on the 13th.
Right. How far ahead would we skip?
That is up to you guys. There is no right or wrong answer here.
What's the advantage for us role playing it out? Just the experience of
Just the experience of role playing it. It'll be repetitive, so it would be like do one scene and then the rest of them. There is stuff that might happen based on your roles that I might pause things for, and there might be a role play interaction that needs to happen as well. So it's really if you specifically had something you wanted to role play, or you were specifically looking for something and wanted to do like an interview process specifically for certain people.
I vote skip.
Skip.
All right. Well, if the
I think
puppet's
we
trying
should do some
to
of it.
if the puppet's trying to get people in the brothel, then that's going to be at a -5.
That
Not
should
a
be
puppet.
lower
The
than
puppet's
that.
not trying to do anything.
All I see is a Tower of Dreams.
I'm
Broken
going to say
Tower
there are
of
certain
Dreams.
people that the puppet might actually be an inducement to join into the brothel.
Not many.
And are those the people we want in our brothel? I ask you.
I'm gonna say no.
All right. So a lot of this is going to be performance evaluation work from each of the party members.
Oh, I thought you meant the interviewees.
No, you're evaluating performance of the interviewees.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to review the stock puppet.
So let's see. The stock puppet.
I don't know.
The stock puppet named Tetris.
The stock puppet.
Oh, that's our accountant. That's perfect.
Tetris.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is a little bit difficult since I don't think many of you are really well versed in this kind of work. So does anybody have any ranks in profession mistress or profession BDSM work or sex work or?
I've had sex. Does that count?
No, I'm looking for something in some sort of business management era profession or.
I fucked up a few businesses. Does that count?
No.
Oh. Then no, I have no ranks.
Then this is going to be basically using a
I
series of
have
sense.
appraise.
I'll give you an appraise here, actually.
I think I got a praise too.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
not
allow
a
some
great
appraises.
Yeah, I got a praise also.
Okay. Hardcore, what are you going to be rolling? Hang on, we'll go over how many rolls and what we're rolling when we set all of our terms.
I got sleight of hand. Does that help?
I mean,
But what about acrobatics?
that might help you enjoy them more, but that won't necessarily, like... Well, it might help them enjoy you more.
Ooh, escape artist. That'll work.
No.
What about acrobatics?
That seems like sound logic to me.
Again, these are things that help the exchange with the other person, but not the evaluation of the other person.
Sense motive?
Well, how about
I've already
stealth?
said sense
Stealth will work. If
motive.
they can see me
stealth.
coming, they're doing their job, right?
Oh my! I don't get what that meant.
The double entendre. I would hope they can see you coming, by the way. That's... Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
I'm not
Knowledge,
adult enough for
nobility.
whatever that conversation was.
No, definitely
Me
no
neither,
knowledge
Charles.
nobility either. I've set the terms.
Wait, so can we do sense motive or no?
Yes, it is either sense motive or profession in a relevant profession or appraise.
What
Sense
about
motive is all I
perception?
got.
Perception doesn't really go into that because it's not really perception that matters here. You're gauging someone's experience or you're appraising their overall value to like people around them. Well, hold off on the checks. I'm not asking for the checks yet. And then the same. So everybody's going to be making one of these sets of checks. Additionally, we need to decide how far we're skipping ahead. You can skip ahead up to 16 days, and that will take you to the start of the opening of the brothel.
And that'll assume that we're fully prepared for it to open.
I mean, you'll need to tell me whether or not you think you're fully prepared to open. So we can skip ahead.
fully
You guys can
prepared.
tell me the stuff that you guys want to have in there,
Oh Lord!
and then we'll go through what it is.
Skip ahead 1 hour.
Or I'll give you the other option.
What
You
is
can
it?
hire a business manager.
It seems like you're really trying to get us to pay all of these other people. You want an accountant, you want a business manager. Do you think we're incompetent?
No, I mean any group that has a ton of money that wants to invest money, they don't typically do the investing of that money themselves. They give the money to people who are like better suited for managing that money.
I heard we could invest in Hey Steve. Is that something you think we should do? As a
No,
company?
that's not an investable company. Well, I mean you can subscribe with Twitch
you
Prime.
just offered to
What-
me
what-
that.
what-
That
today.
wasn't no, that's a different thing. That's the other business is going to have a different name.
Well, one of the reasons why we chose our accountant was that he also had a property experience.
He has
So I
some
thought he was
yes.
going to help with that.
He can't.
as far as
He has
telling
no
us
business.
what
He
we
has
need.
no knowledge of how to run a brothel.
That fucking guy. I
He's
So
an
we need to
accountant.
hire a madam now.
He's an accountant with an expertise in law and engineering.
Can Miriam not be the madam?
Miriam has never run a brothel in her entire life.
Yeah, but she's worked at one for a while.
To make it clear, like I don't think that flipping burgers for a couple of weeks at McDonald's makes you eligible to run a McDonald's.
How long would
I have
you
been to
in a-
McDonald's.
in a brothel?
I mean, the amount of time you work in a brothel as simply a sex worker in the brothel does not give you the understanding necessary on how to evaluate other employees. It doesn't give you the essentials necessary to manage the books, to manage the front of house, to like handle all the upkeep and repair stuff, to understand like design. There's a lot of things that go into this kind of business.
I feel like the writing's on the wall, and it's time we hired a professional madam.
Well, that's
Yes.
not the only option. There is other options.
Let's just do that.
What are all of the options?
So your options are you can either have somebody managing the establishment. And that would be like a business manager who would handle like all of the stuff overhead and all the hiring policy. You guys can still have your hand in the hiring, but they are probably going to ask for a pretty substantial cut of the business. Or you guys can take some time to learn how to do this yourselves. Or you can just try to do this yourselves without really knowing necessarily what you're doing.
I think we should take time to learn how to do it ourselves, so it's an investment in our skills.
Yeah, then we get rid of the demonic thing in the basement.
I'm reminded of the old axiom: teach a man to, go to a brothel and he has entertainment for a day, but teach a man to run a brothel and lots of role-playing opportunities.
Okay. So if you want to take some business management courses, that's going to be like a couple of months. So you probably want to push back the open time.
No.
Is there not a way to do speed courses?
If you want the D&D equivalent of a speed course, it's going out, finding enemies, defeating them, and when you defeat them, you'll gain a level, and then you can put a rank or a few of them into the appropriate profession, and then boom, overnight, somehow chopping off someone's head will better teach you how to manage a business.
I was.
Or
thinking,
we can go back in time. Let's go back in time again.
No, I was thinking more. We could go to the Blacksmith Inc. and have them implant the knowledge into our heads. Or
Blacksmith Inc. doesn't exist in Akunsaunt.
I like it, Tom. I like it a lot.
That is actually technically another way that you can do this is you can get a rank by getting a headband of intellect. If anybody has a spare 4,000 GP lying around.
Pricey.
Yep, but it would give you an instant rank in some kind of in some skill of your choice.
I got 1900.
But bam, overnight skill bonus.
So if we want to learn it ourselves, we have to wait 3 months to open.
It's gonna take a couple of months, so probably about 2 months to take some regular courses on how to do.
What if each of us was taking a different course? So instead of one person having to go through the whole series, we each learned different parts.
I mean, that's not really how a business management course works. There's a lot of stuff that's involved, and you basically get enough experience on how to manage the business and know the right people to hire for what positions. It's like a rudimentary night course that you'd be taking.
I mean, so what is our issue with pushing back the opening?
Then
don't
we don't
really
start
understand.
making money.
3 months, that's what the problem is?
We don't make any money for 3 months then.
Demon thing in basement, I keep reminding everybody.
Well, that will get cleared up when you get to the timer for when you guys get the business license. That's literally the thing that you're waiting on with regard to that. That is a totally time-locked
it makes
objective.
it harder to deal with it.
Would we want to do something where we first just open the bar part and wait on the brothel part until so we're getting some income and starting to get a reputation while we take our business management courses?
That is another option. She's saying you guys open up the bar and wait to do the
know enough to
brothel.
manage that.
Oh, we might make some really bad hiring decisions for the bar, though.
Maybe, but
I'm not so worried about the bar.
Why don't we partner with the cantina guy? Get him to do the hiring for us.
That's a good idea.
That's pretty good.
Satellite location, as it were. A little more upscale.
God, sock puppet. Oh my God, there was James' face. Holy crap.
No, there wasn't. You saw nothing.
Still see your ear.
Okay. So if you want to do that, who's given the sales pitch to the guy who runs the cantina?
Harcourt.
Why me?
Because you're already interacting with him as the manager for me and Meg.
That's going to change your deal.
No.
Yeah, it will.
Why?
Because it will.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, then you're not doing it, I guess.
I'm just saying, why me?
Because none of the rest of us really have interpersonal skills.
I'm immediately going to object to that because two members of the party have high diplomacy. One has an exceptionally high diplomacy that is so high that they've taken bonus feats in it, so that later on they can take a feat that basically ends combat. And one person has a very high bluff.
I'm just a good liar.
Yes, but part of selling something is being able to twist fact.
Right, which I can't do.
I'll
You
put
know-
some shady shit in our contract, like where we can drop them like immediately with no issues. Just hide that in our contract real quick. That'll be my my
Yeah,
my.
I mean, I would assume our legal wrangler would have a very high diplomacy, and he would be the best spokesperson.
I have 0 diplomacy.
Oh, I thought you. Okay, so who has this? Is it Hardcore has the super high diplomacy?
No, Whitney, Pax has the super high diplomacy. Harcourt has a super high bluff.
I think Galphine should do it. She really
I'm
needs
all
to
for
put herself
Galphine
out
doing
there.
it.
Galphine has
Yeah,
a
I
super
agree.
high
We're
strength.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, we
Galphine
just beat
intimidate
them
him
up
into it.
until they accept.
I mean, yeah, she does have a really high intimidate technically, so I guess you could go yell at them until
Yeah,
they
I'm just
submit.
gonna bring that contract and then she'll make him sign it and handle it.
Read this. Sign here.
I
We'll
mean,
see you tomorrow.
technically-
Have a nice day.
Technically, this is what bards are supposedly good at in their own kind of way.
Ugh,
Yep.
but this Bard is sick and tired.
What's your diplomacy at, Whitney? Pax?
It is at a plus 17.
Wow.
That beats
And
my bluff.
you're dodging doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you should be our
Fine.
point on this. I mean, 17, if this was a day job, you'd be getting 50 gold just for showing up.
Yup.
Fine, I'll do it. What do we
Oops,
want
I
to
tripped
get into
and
it?
doubled the DC.
Yes,
So-
I know.
Zug, what are you suggesting we put in the contract?
Just to where we can like get rid of him like from our business at any point we want.
If the employees fail to underperform.
Fail to underperform.
That's the
You
idea.
should say failed to
If they
underperform.
failed to underperform, we can dump him.
So if they do well, we're getting rid of them. Great.
Damn Skippy!
So
But put that in little tiny print so he doesn't
How
know what it
many-
says.
How
Hey,
many
actually,
people do we need
since
to
this
hire?
since this has come up real quick, I think you guys should have a quick exchange of what the skills are that you have that you are like focused on are. Because this has happened multiple times where you guys are very confused as to what skills people have. And a couple people I know have skills that other people don't know they have. Especially like this diplomacy. And somebody else has one other really high skill that they've never mentioned to anybody. That I know of right now that is the same person that also has another skill that they didn't mention to anybody that's super high.
I have a high knowledge
got,
law. Is
Galphine?
that what hasn't been noticed
No.
or hasn't been mentioned? My knowledge law.
So why doesn't everybody go ahead real quick and give me your top 3 skills from what is my left to
how do we know
clockwise
what's your
order?
left?
So Galphine, you go first. What are your top 3 skills?
You mean what are my 3 skills?
Hitting
Well
things and avoiding us.
I can draw really good.
Mm-hmm.
I can intimidate people really good, and I know my way around town.
Okay. Harcourt.
Well done.
That would be bluff, sleight of hand, and stealth.
Okay. Meg.
I have a vast knowledge of local religion. I am a virtual catalog of linguistics, and I'm not bad at healing and diplomacy
Or counting.
or counting. I've managed to do that very well.
And Pax.
Is this right? It says I have 18 in stealth.
You've put a rank in stealth every level. As a small creature, you get a +4 to stealth. And as a
You can
goblin,
say
you get an
yes.
additional 4 to stealth. Plus your trained bonus. Plus your
Okay,
dex.
so-
We have been walking into things, and you have an 18 stealth.
Yes, she literally, like, she could fall on her face and be hidden better than, like, the entire party. If they were trying.
Oh my gourd!
Okay, well, clearly I didn't realize that, so I'm very stealthy, even to myself, so much that my own stealth is hidden from myself. Like, what?
Her stealth's so high she can't see it.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how stealthy I was because I couldn't see myself.
I'm very
She's a
diplomatic.
vampire.
I have great local knowledge and performance.
All right, and Zug.
I feel like I should have been writing these down. Can we back up? Hold on. Wait, Gelfine was in
Intimidate,
Gelfine, it was
drawing,
draw,
and
intimidate,
local
and local
knowledge.
Like drawing, that's craft drawing? Or?
Yes, craft drawing.
Zug, your was diplomacy, right? Knowledge, law.
No. Not
No.
diplomacy.
No, he never.
What are you?
No,
for-
he did not say diplomacy.
Gelfine Harcourt the Great Diplomat.
No, I asked Zug.
I'm
Doug hasn't said anything yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
No.
has not revealed his skills.
knowledge local, knowledge law, and spellcraft.
Harcourt, what were yours? Bluff.
Bluff, sleight of hand, stealth.
And Meg.
Knowledge, religion,
Uh-huh.
heal, and linguistics.
Okay. And mine were stealth, apparently.
It's an 18. Wow.
Stephen, are you talking about me like that I should have known to use that?
I mean, it's very high, and there's a number of situations that may have been beneficial.
Why are you only telling me now?
Because I didn't actually realize you had an 18. I didn't know you were putting ranks
so
in
my
stealth.
Even out stealth the GM.
Yes.
Told
That's
you.
awesome.
I realized it over Thanksgiving that you had an 18 in stealth, and I was like, the fuck? She's been putting ranks in stealth? Why didn't I know about this?
That's awesome. That means I'm putting something in stealth. I wonder if this ever does anything. Maybe one day. What's your total stealth then? 22?
I mean, it's 18 plus my roll.
No, it's 18 total. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Think of a level of investigator to get that feat that would allow you to roll that D6.
Oh my god.
Because that is an investigator feat.
Basically invisible, even when standing, even when running around.
I'm hiding in plain sight.
Okay. So that's a good heads up for everybody. So, Bax, you are going to meet up with the owner of the cantina and discuss
Hold on.
a partnership?
I have to
Okay.
update my notes. So are we going to open just the bar on the 13th? Is that what we decided?
Okay.
Seems like it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Just updating notes.
I'm updating my notes, sir. So how many people do we want to hire in order to open the bar? So we need what, like five bartenders? More?
Well, one of the reasons why we want to partner with this dude is that he should know that info.
I mean, so what hours are we going to be open? How many days a week?
You know who we need? We need Noel from Paizo. Because that's actually what he does. Want me to get him on the phone? How many people for a buck?
I don't think that's going to get him into the campaign, though.
I know.
So are we going to be open 7 days a week?
It's a bar, shouldn't we be?
Sure.
If the regulars show up and they can't get a drink, they're going to be upset.
And
Yeah.
are we a 24/7 bar?
We are a brothel, so
So what, maybe like 3 in the afternoon till 3 in the morning?
how are you going to have a nooner at 3 in the afternoon?
So I think what will determine how late we're open is liquor licenses and fees. So we probably should know what that is before.
Oh,
We
there
do
are no
that.
time limits on bars here.
Oh, awesome. All right, 24 hours it is.
Yep.
Breakfast.
Come get your
Liquor
breakfast
and
booze on.
breakfast.
Hey, mimosas. Who doesn't love a good
Mimosa!
mimosa, right?
How about we're open
Anyone
from
who's not
noon
white or
until
Hispanic.
Noon until 3 a.m.
24 hours.
That's gonna be hard to staff.
Could be.
Really, also, who's going to be coming between 3 a.m. and noon?
It's not really who's going to be coming in
Alcoholics.
between 3 a.m. and noon. It's going to be who's not going to be leaving until 7 a.m.
Yes.
There you go. Especially once the girls get here.
Okay, I'll go talk to him.
All right.
Begrudgingly.
Do you want any of us to go with you to provide emotional support while you
Or a backup
want
assist.
diplomacy?
Or a backup
I want
assist
Delphine to
diplomacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a stabby person.
Yeah. I'll take,
Delphine,
Gelfine.
stand behind her. Stand behind her while she's talking.
So is it just Gelfine that's coming along with you? Or...
I love how I.
Well, I was going to.
yeah.
Right, to write up the
Zug has
contract.
to
Yep.
come with the contract.
So you can give me the contract roll now, Zug. Because you'll
I'm kind of
draft up
digging
that
the
paperwork.
puppet as a PC there. I think the puppet should stay.
Oh, damn! This contract is fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Booyah!
It is bulletproof.
It's something Asmodeus would be proud of. Huh?
It is. He'd be thinking, "Aw, shit, nobody better sign that."
What's our business named again? I know we said it was going to be called
32,
Bell,
sweet.
but is that our real name?
We
Yeah.
never discussed
That's
that.
the name that you
That's
had
the name. That's the name we told the
processed.
the wine people, right?
Yeah, but do we actually want to keep that? Do we just want to call it Epic?
No.
Anybody?
I think
Anybody?
Epic is a little too intimidating. I don't. If we're gonna be in brothel, I want it to be something subdued but stylish.
Yeah, the La Belle
So-
sounds better.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we had that whole lengthy conversation about how we wanted it to sound upper class. Yeah, for our client.
Okay.
All right.
Epic sounds like a sports bar you go to, and then they never have the kids menu food.
So, who is going along on this trip?
Zug.
Zug?
Delphine, Zug,
Delphine.
and Pax.
Pax. What about Megan Harcourt?
What are we doing, Hardcore?
I don't know. What do you want to do, Med? We don't hang out much.
We don't hang out much. So you into things? I mean, do you think 5 people showing up for a negotiation is perhaps a tad much?
We
I don't
could
know.
go and
There-
just drink and perform. We could do that.
That's true. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right.
We could.
So the 5 of you head over. So the owner of the canteen is a little bit surprised that you're showing up so early, and so close to when your last performance was.
We're hoping to get
Hold on,
drunk.
I'm sneaking in.
You are definitely in unseen. You peek in through the window, wait till nobody's looking, till you're sure nobody's looking, and then you race in, prop open the door just very carefully, super silently, slip in, and you are sitting. You knelt below the counter.
I'm just gonna stealth all the time now.
I don't know why you're not, honestly, with that score.
I'm gonna.
The rest of the party comes in, and they have no idea where Meg is or where Pax is.
Where did Pax go?
I'm right over here, guys.
She
Still
pops
can't
up
see her.
from behind the counter and is still kind
can't
of
see her.
not visible.
Still can't see her.
I pretend that I've seen her this whole time.
What are the 5 of you doing here?
Hey there, buddy. How are ya?
Oh, this feels like a sales pitch.
We got an exciting proposition for you.
Yep, there it is.
Have you ever thought of what's that crap?
This isn't that perfume thing, is it? You guys didn't get suckered into
No.
that.
No, this is something you already got a lot of experience doing that you can make a little bit of money off of. Oh shit!
Did you?
I just rolled a 36.
She just out diplomacied the contract.
It's not that you got a lot of it's called Amway, and you're gonna buy it because of this role.
Oh, you're gonna buy all of the Amway.
All right, so what's this arrangement you got for me?
So, me and my friends here are open up a bar, not anywhere near your place, but we're putting together a business, and we want some help in from you in terms of helping us hire staff. We know you have a lot of experience doing that, and we'd like to set you up with a contract to help us hire staff, just so we can kind of get going. We're planning to open on the 13th.
I got a cousin who'd love to manage this kind of thing.
Right now, we're just looking for help with hiring because we're going to take our own business classes and, manage it ourselves in the future.
So, what Vinny you got running the place?
All of us.
Which one of you is a Vinny?
We're very flexible.
Because you ain't gonna get any far trying to, without a Vinny, get yourself into the liquor selling business, right? Because it's criminal act.
We got a connection.
And he's the majority owner?
Sure.
So you got some random Vinny as your majority owner.
Let's just focus on the contract. Are you interested?
I mean, it sounds like I'm not getting a good cut here. You're selling a good game. I assume that as a party of adventurers, you've probably procured yourself some nice piece of property here in Blade territory, and that sounds very enticing. Very, very enticing.
It is quite enticing, and I think you would be pleased with the profit that you would make from this deal.
I bet I would be, except that we haven't even gotten to talking about that because, okay, the extra diplomacy checks aren't going to change anything.
Sorry, I only meant to do one.
So I will tell you when you need to give me a diplomacy check. You do not tell me when you're going to give me diplomacy checks.
Clearly I do. You just don't like it.
Yeah, we're taking the best of the three, and he's going to like it.
And adding the other two to it.
So, can I offer a quick interjection?
Go ahead.
It might be worth our while just to hire this other Vinny just to grease the wheels, see what he's offering on this cousin of his, because it's not like that's how things get done here in Chicago. Other than the fact that's how things get done here in Chicago.
What do the rest of you think? You want to hire this Vinny and just help us get up and running?
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident with my contract. We can get rid of him if we need to.
All right, so here's my arrangement. If you're willing to listen. So my cousin, he's got a good connection to me, but I own this business set. I don't want to end up owning things incorrectly. So my offer to you is this: you got your own Vinny on your side. You cut us in for part of what that Vinny would have normally gotten, right? We give us about a 40%, right?
Ooh.
Then buy us out later. I'm sure, your lawyer friend, your smart-looking little goblin pal there that loves to have paperwork. He's probably got himself... I look at this document he's got here, and I can't understand 60% of the words on it. I swear some of them are in, some sort of devil language, but I don't know any different. But my deal is 20% for me, 20% for my cousin.
And what would your cousin be doing for us?
My cousin would be managing the business, using the understanding that I have that I've taught him.
So why shouldn't we just go hire your cousin?
Because my cousin doesn't work if I don't work.
That sounds like a real shitty arrangement for him.
No, it's a very good arrangement for him. It's how he manages 4 other businesses.
If he manages 4 other businesses, I'm not sure he would really have time to help us.
No, he's got plenty of time. It's easy to manage a business when you put the right crew in place. You just pop in periodically, make sure decisions are getting made, and you got the backup I've got. I got a couple other people that'll show up to keep my assets in line.
We should probably step out for a minute and check in with our accountant, see about this offer you're proposing.
Go right ahead. I got no problem with that. I will consult with mine as well, just to make sure.
Okay, let's.
Can you leave the contract here, please, for me to review? You can leave the lawyer here if you'd like.
Is he ready to burn his hands?
Fair?
I don't know. So are we going outside to talk to?
Or
Yeah,
you can
so
have your
basically,
communication, and then when you come back in, I'll go ahead and reread the contract. I'll go ahead
That's
and
fine.
do what I need to. Which way you want to do it? I'll care either way.
Our lawyer is silent.
Oh, I mean, yes, he can read the contract.
The lawyer doesn't make the decisions for the party. The voice of the party makes the decisions for the party.
Let's go outside. You can read the contract after.
Okay. All right. So you guys can contact Petrus. And what are you saying to Petrus?
Sharing what the deal that was offered was, see what he thinks of it financially, if that makes sense, or if we should move on.
Let's take a look here. Well, 40% is a lot of money. But if your contract's good enough, you can make it a relatively limited time arrangement. You can vote him off when you need to because you've got majority. It would take him quite a bit of effort to make sure he doesn't stick around. I think he's just mostly concerned with not losing any money. Seems like a pretty reasonable desire. He'll probably talk. Who's the other Vinny you got? One of the hands you got from when the whole shebang happened over there in Blade? One of the refugees?
Yeah.
Do we actually have a Vinny? I was just making that up.
We have a couple of Vinnies on staff.
Yeah,
but
you
they
have
don't
to
have
in order to license out this property, the owner of the business, there has to be a stake high enough, a majority stake owned by Blades, in order to qualify as a winery.
So who owns the majority stake?
Right now, nobody that is a Vinny, that is a Blade, owns a majority stake. So you guys could not operate a winery there. But your application was not for a winery, it was for a brothel, which there's no license on. Or there's no licensing requirements on.
Oh, then we're fine.
No, because you intend to sell alcohol. So you now need a majority Vinny ownership.
Even though it's not a winery?
You're selling alcohol. The ability to sell alcohol has to be licensed by Blade Family.
It doesn't matter whether it's a winery or not. It's just about selling alcohol.
Yes. If you got rid of the alcohol and were just a brothel, there would be no legal problems here. I know, Charles. The bureaucracy's great, isn't it?
It's great.
It's just blowing you away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he's going to do a solid job on it, it's a good investment.
And he's a Vinny, so that would be a big enough investment for us to get going.
Yeah, you'd beat your majority ownership.
What do you think, guys?
Yeah, why not?
So I say we take an existing Vinny and then we make them disappear, and they're and use them as our Vinny.
Well, can't we use the disappeared Vinny?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
We just use him since we got his property.
Oh, use that one. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's our Vinny now.
Worry about then.
Okay. So that is part of what is encompassed in that 32 contract.
But yeah, I mean, you should probably try and bring down the percentages. I mean, just give it a try, you know.
Bring it to what? Gotta have a counter
Like,
offer.
yeah, like 15% each. So another, like, try and bring it down to a 30% total instead of 40, something like that.
I concur.
Okay.
Okay. You go in and you can make the offer. His attorney will review the legal document. He takes his bottle and he presses his bottle over top of the contract, kind of sliding it back and forth across it. And after about a minute, 15% apiece. You got yourselves a deal. And he signs off on the contract. All right, you have an ironclad contract that you basically maintain. According to your contract, you maintain final. You retain last right of refusal on all things. So you can basically, if he does something that's too far outside of your purview, you have the right to say nope, not going to happen. You have
What's the cousin's name?
Huh?
Cousin's name.
His cousin's name is
Alfonso.
Vinny.
Where's my fucking name generator thing? I had that on a save tab. His cousin's name is Quintino. It's a real Italian name.
And what's the manager's name?
The manager's name.
Manager.
Oh, why?
Bill.
It happens to be the exact name we have written on that sheet of paper, the demon name.
Yes.
Is Vespasiano. Vespasiano. Sorry.
That's my favorite song. Vespasiano.
Yep, Vespasiano.
That was a big hit.
They get 15% ownership in the business.
They have 15% ownership apiece. You guys have negotiated basically that your Vinny has a 21% ownership of the business.
All right, so when can we get to work on this?
Get started as soon as I can. How far along in the process are you already?
We got our alcohol and cheese ready to go. We're gonna open up the bar on the 13th, ideally. So let us know what you need.
Is that all you planning to do is alcohol, or your business? The building you chose, I see the address here, is a lot bigger than just alcohol. You making
we're
it,
just
or
starting out with the bar, and then we'll add the brothel in.
you're doing the brothel thing?
Yep.
Good neighborhood for it. Get a lot of money that way.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will. I'll have my cousin out there first thing in the morning tomorrow.
Great. We'll see him there.
All right. Yeah. So you will not have to worry about the bar stuff. He will manage that in its entirety. If there's anything specifically that you guys want to have done, you guys can declare it, and it will be that way.
I've decided we do want demon alcohol, so he's gonna have to.
Be sacrificed to the machine.
Oh my God, sock puppet.
Are we keeping quality cheese?
It seemed like the agreement was to moderate cheese and quality alcohol.
Yeah,
Okay.
the medium, the ones that I had in the sampler. I
Yep.
think we decided on, right?
Okay.
All right. In the meantime, we'll fast forward a little ways. So you guys are not going to hire anybody to manage the brothel side. You guys want to learn how to manage
Right.
that on
We
your own.
need to enroll in classes.
Okay, so you're going to
Also
take
just-
classes. You're not going to take the go get jobs from the fan hands to get levels to get ranks.
It'll also give us time to do the construction in the basement and get rid of the demon machine.
Sure.
So,
I
Absolutely.
want to sit here and hear my business lecture
I'm not giving out
In
business
full.
lectures here.
in full. Give me my business lecture.
I want to pull out a Scantron as a role play.
So you guys can buy
Oh my
the.
God! Stop this morning.
Yeah, please do. If we skip to, do you guys want to? When do you guys want to skip to then? What is the next milestone thing if you're not going to look for other jobs?
Graduation from business class.
Okay, that's going to
Well-
skip
well,
about
no,
2.5
no.
months.
We weren't skipping that far because we were just waiting until we had all the paperwork so that we could take care of the thing in the basement.
Right. Is that what you want to skip to, or is there anything you want to do in between there? Okay.
Oh, so we don't do that. That's after the business classes that we get our
No.
paperwork?
That's before the business classes, but that's still about a week away.
Anybody going out on the fam hands while we're waiting a week? Perhaps we could go do a quick mission.
All right.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Let's see what they got.
So you guys can look for work then in the meantime. Let's see. This is actually not what I expected, even though I suggested it.
Multiple times.
I thought this was going to be a lot of skill monkeying. Well, when we first started the session. About this
Skill
time,
monkey, yeah.
like Fritos. He likes Tab and Mountain Dew. Skill monkey,
Nice.
very simple.
Thank
man.
you. Warm fuzzy secret heart.
I'll be back.
All right, let's actually take a 5-minute break so I can try to recall what's going on right now and check up on some notes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and that way you guys can at the very last minute change your mind.
All right, yeah, I'll let you know what we change it to when I'm back.
Okay, cool.